Regretting You is a romantic family drama based on the best-selling novel Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. The story centers on the complicated relationship between a mother, Morgan Grant, and her teenage daughter, Clara, whose lives are shattered by a sudden tragedy. The film explores grief, secrets, betrayal, and the painful process of rebuilding trust when the people you love hurt you the most. It blends emotional family drama with coming-of-age elements. The movie opens by introducing Morgan as a woman who sacrificed her dreams at a young age when she became pregnant with Clara. She married Chris, Clara's father, and devoted her life to being a responsible parent. In contrast, Clara resents her mother's strictness and longs for freedom, romance, and independence. Their relationship is tense, filled with arguments and misunderstandings, establishing the emotional distance that will later become central to the story. A devastating car accident changes everything when Chris is killed. The sudden loss shocks the family and leaves Morgan struggling to hold herself together while trying to support Clara. However, grief affects them in opposite ways. Morgan becomes withdrawn and protective, while Clara seeks comfort outside the home. The tragedy creates a gap between them that widens with every passing day, making communication almost impossible. As the story unfolds, Morgan discovers a painful secret. Chris had been having an affair with someone close to the family. This revelation intensifies her grief, turning it into anger and betrayal. She must now process not only the loss of her husband, but also the realization that her marriage was not what she believed. The film carefully shows how betrayal can complicate mourning, making it harder to heal. Meanwhile, Clara finds solace in her relationship with Miller, a kind and patient boy who supports her during her darkest moments. Their romance develops quietly and tenderly, offering Clara a sense of stability she cannot find at home. Through Miller, she begins to understand that love can be gentle rather than dramatic, contrasting with the turmoil in her family. Morgan, on the other hand, reconnects with Jonah, a longtime family friend who has always harbored feelings for her. Their bond deepens as they share their grief and loneliness. However, Morgan struggles with guilt, feeling that moving forward would somehow betray Chris's memory. The film portrays her inner conflict with sensitivity, showing how healing often requires letting go of the past. A major turning point occurs when Clara learns the truth about her father's affair. She feels her entire childhood has been built on lies, which intensifies her anger toward her mother for keeping secrets. This discovery leads to a dramatic confrontation between mother and daughter, where years of resentment explode into the open. It is one of the film's most emotional scenes, highlighting how unspoken pain can destroy relationships. Following this confrontation, both characters begin separate journeys of self-reflection. Clara realizes that her mother's strictness came from fear and love, not control. Morgan, meanwhile, acknowledges that she underestimated her daughter's strength and maturity. The film emphasizes that understanding often comes only after conflict forces people to face uncomfortable truths. As time passes, Morgan slowly allows herself to accept happiness again, while Clara learns to forgive. Their paths begin to converge as they recognize that they are not enemies, but survivors of the same tragedy. The movie suggests that healing is not a single moment, but a gradual process filled with setbacks and small victories. The theme of regret runs throughout the story. Morgan regrets the dreams she abandoned and the secrets she kept, while Clara regrets the harsh words she spoke to her mother. Even the memory of Chris is shaped by regret, as both characters wish they had known the truth earlier. The film uses these regrets to show how the past can haunt the present unless confronted honestly. Another important theme is the difference between first love and lasting love. Clara's relationship with Miller represents youthful hope and the excitement of new beginnings, while Morgan's connection with Jonah reflects mature love built on patience and understanding. By paralleling these relationships, the film explores how love evolves over time. Visually, the movie uses muted tones and quiet settings to mirror the characters' emotional states. Scenes of empty rooms, late-night conversations, and silent car rides emphasize the loneliness both women feel. As healing begins, the visuals gradually become warmer and brighter, symbolizing their emotional recovery. In the final act, mother and daughter finally have an honest conversation where they share their fears, regrets, and hopes. This moment becomes the emotional heart of the film, showing that forgiveness does not erase pain, but allows people to move forward together. Their reconciliation feels earned because of the long journey they endured. The ending suggests a new beginning rather than a perfect resolution. Morgan considers pursuing her own dreams for the first time, while Clara steps into adulthood with a deeper understanding of love and family. The film closes on a hopeful note, emphasizing resilience and the possibility of happiness after heartbreak. Overall, Regretting You is a deeply emotional story about how tragedy can either break relationships or rebuild them stronger than before. It highlights the importance of honesty, communication, and forgiveness within families. By focusing on both a mother's and a daughter's perspectives, the film creates a powerful portrait of love that survives even the most painful truths.